Hello, my name is Mona Ellis. This is a SAP provider coming to provide you with some more information. So one of the things that I am having issues with right now is that I provide the SAP return to duty um, services. So once my drivers or my employees have completed their SAP program, I enter into the DOT FMSA clearinghouse that they are eligible for their return to duty drug test, the date that they completed the SAP follow-up evaluation. So after this process, this means that your employer has a responsibility, or your new employer or your consortium has a responsibility of sending you to take this DOT return to duty drug and alcohol test. So the test can also serve as a pre-employment test or either a return to duty test if you're going back to the same employer. If you're going to a new employer, then it can serve as your return to duty drug and alcohol test and your pre-employment test. So what happens once you pass this test? You're going back into the clearinghouse and you're saying, hey, it's still showing that I'm ineligible to drive. If that's the case, then your employer or your consortium is supposed to enter the drug test date and the test results into the DOT FMSCA clearinghouse. After that is done, you will receive a follow-up testing schedule, all right? And the date and time or the time period of those testing schedules, you must do your follow-up test. They also must be entered into the clearinghouse system. You may have a certain number of those tests that you have to take within the next 12 months, within the next 2 years, within the next 5 years, depending on what the SAP provider has put on the return to duty drug and alcohol test and provided to your employer, your new employer, or your consortium. So if you are having a problem with the system not showing that you're eligible to drive or not showing your follow-up testing schedule, or if you've been finished with the SAP program for some period of time and it's still showing that you have step 5 and 6 to do, then you need to contact your employer to make sure that those dates are being entered into the clearinghouse system. So that's one of the things that the employer will be audited for by DOT to make sure that they're in compliance with that. So I'm hoping this helped some of my drivers or some of my return to duty employees that I've assisted in other industries, such as the pipeline, the Coastal Guard, the Railroad Commission. You guys may not be in the DOT system as far as the FMSCA clearinghouse, but you're still supposed to be having the same thing in your employee records for when the employer gets audited. Okay, and if you leave that employer and go to a new employer, that information should follow you as you navigate through your employment and your career, basically while you're in the SAP program. Okay, so you've had the SAP services by the professional, then you have to continue with your follow-up testing, your return to duty testing. As I stated, that information is being entered by your consortium or your employer. Okay, hope that is helpful to you. If you have any questions or if you need any more additional information, just go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll read the comments and I will be trying my best to help you through this difficult, confusing process for a lot of my drivers. Thanks for stopping by my channel.